I just saw Fantastic Four First Steps, and this movie was amazing. Okay, I adore this movie. I'm just gonna give my spoiler review for this film. So if you don't want to be spoiled, get out. Anyways, let's start with the first and maybe the best thing about this film. The Fantastic Four cast, not even just the cast of this film is perfect. I don't think any of them are bad castings. I think the worst would be Emmet Moss Backrack as the Thing. Even then, he has a step up from his previous MCU role and from David Link, sure, whoever he played in The Punisher. But even for the worst, he's still a great cast. I'll get to the Thing later. With his design and CGI, because it's gorgeous. But anyways, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm is great. Vanessa Kirby, maybe my favorite. I don't know. She may be my favorite character in the movie. But anyone doubting Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, take it back now. He was incredible in this film. And yeah, Ralph Ineson as Galactus was so good. He had the threat level. He had, as people would say, the aura. He was terrifying for most of the film. I will get back to that part where at the end later, because that is my only critique for this film. Anyways, I know people didn't like Julia Gardner for the Silver Surfer or Shala Bal, because obviously it's not Norrin Rad, and people were mad by that, but I'm pretty sure, does she die at the end of the film? I'm pretty sure she does. I don't think she'll appear again. I think we're going to get Norrin Rad the next time Galactus appears, if he appears. I swear to God, Marvel, if you don't do Galactus again, we're having problems. But, yeah. So, next thing I'll get into is the just style of the film. I felt like we had back-to-back the most unique MCU films. Like, Thunderbolts was unique in how it had that mental health theme, and it was really the only Marvel film that had an important theme, or like a underlying theme and stuff like that. I don't know how to describe it, but it's very unique to the MCU. This is just as unique, if not more. I love the retro-futuristic 60s world. It is amazing. It's gorgeous. I like the style. I feel like the movie is shot. It feels like I'm not watching it feels like you're watching a film from another Earth with the retro-futuristic thing and the CGI. I know I looked at people in the review for early reviews for his film saying how these visuals were at the level of Interstellar, and I'm like, I don't know, it can't be that good. It's that good. The CGI in this film is genuinely heavenly. It is impeccable, incredible, amazing. Any word but the word they want me to say. It's so good. Like, Julie Gardner of Silver Surfer is so good. Her CGI is so good. Galactus, he has such good CGI. It's so cool. Sue Storm's powers are so cool with CGI. The stretching is so cool. Is so good looking. Probably the best any stretching superpower has been on live action. Johnny's fire is so cool and good looking. Obviously, the Thing is gorgeous. I love him. Herbie, I actually do think he was practical-ish. Kind of like the Thing. I know he had a mask and a suit on, so I think it's like semi-practical, but CGI. It's gorgeous. I mean, the black hole, Silver Surfer, surfing on a black hole is so cool. All the CGI is impeccable. This is, I will say it, the best produced MCU film. Best MCU film? No. Probably, no. It's not the best MCU film. It's amazing, like I said. But it's not the best MCU film. is the best produced MCU film in, like, costume design, visuals. It's probably the best shot. It's the most interesting. Like, in the technical factors, this is the best MCU film. That's what I will say. Technically, this is the best MCU film, like, through the technical factor and stuff like that. Anyways, now I'm going to go into the characters. If I were to rank the Fantastic Four, I'm sorry, Ben Grimm, I know things have been grim, but here's the thing. The thing is last. I feel like he just had the least to do. Like, even Johnny had something with the Silver Surfer, and that was a really, 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 really good scene. But anyways, he had the least amount to do. I mean, he had a kind of arc. And I still like him. I think he's good. But I do say he is the worst. So it would go Ben, then Johnny. Sorry, Johnny. I love you, Johnny. But you're probably the worst. The second worst. Then Reed or Sue. People who were doubting Reed, saying he would not be like the comic counterpart, which, by the way, all these people, all of them did such a good job. They felt like themselves in the comics right on the big screen. Anyone doubting Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards or how they were going to write him, take it back now. He was absolutely perfect. Sue Storm is really good. I know people are probably going to complain that she's too powerful, but, like, she is arguably the most powerful Fantastic Four character in the comics. I think she's definitely the most powerful one in the film. I mean, her force fields are strong enough to, like, take hits from the Thing. Her light bending can hurt the Thing. Like, she is basically as powerful as the Thing with her light manipulation. But anyways, I think the best... Galactus is such a good villain. Although like I said, I do have a problem with how he's defeated. He is so cool. Ralph Ineson did such a good job. His CGI is so good. Everything about him is basically perfect, other than, I guess, his defeat. Silver Surfer practically is perfect, in everything that she is. I did think they were going to show her with Norrin, but they didn't. That's not a problem, it's just what I thought would happen. Anyways, she is great in Julia Gardner, like I said, fantastic in the... Oh, no, I said fantastic. Anyways, she is really great in the role, and her character is so good, especially that scene with Johnny. I think it's one of the best of the film, or maybe. This film just has so many perfect scenes that I don't know what's the best or not. I will say, I did think they maybe could have had more screen time, but I get it limiting Galactus' screen time. I get limiting Galactus' screen time to keep him a mystery for if they want to bring him back and flesh him out more, but I felt like the Silver Surfer could have one or two more scenes. I still think she was really, 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 really great in this film. Anyways, I think the first two acts of the film were genuinely perfect. Like, if the third act was as good as the first two, which I still think the third act is great, don't get me wrong, if the third act was as good as the first two, this is arguably top 5 MCU films. Like, it's definitely in top 10. I don't know if it's in my top 10. I am rewatching it today. I know 2 days in a row. But if the third act was as perfect as the first two, it would genuinely be in my top 5. Like, I think it may take over Guardians 3. I think it would have been as good as Guardians 3. It probably would have been the best film since Endgame. I mean, if you say it is, I will have some eerie things about weird and eerie and stuff like that. But it is probably the third best. I don't know if it's better than Thunderbolts. They're both really amazing. Almost did again. But yeah, now I'm going to get into my one singular problem. And it's a kind of big problem, but not really. It's kind of just a nitpick. Not really nitpick, but it is a kind of problem. I don't like how Galactus is defeated. I don't like I like the idea of just sending him through a portal to get him as far away as possible. that's fine. I don't care. That's fine. But don't really like how Sue kinda overpowered him. Did she overpower? I mean, Galactus feels inconsistent in power. For example, Sue did push her through a portal, then he escaped, which is fair. And to be fair, Sue had to die to do that. Oh yeah, Sue dies. Then Franklin Richards brings him back. Also, Franklin, the idea of it being centered around basically the baby, I think was really good, and I love that part of the film, especially Reed Richards with that one scene telling him how he was so scared that he didn't know where he was going to be. He's like, I don't want you to be like me because I have all these problems. I want you to be you. I love that scene. Anyways, back to the point. I will say, I think it's a bit iffy how any of them can snap him. Now, this may be actually to the comics, but it makes Galactus feel weaker in my opinion. Because, like, the Silver Surfer is stronger, should be, I believe, is stronger than basically the entire Fantastic Four combined. Which I guess Sue was shown to knock out the Surfer for, like, a second. But going from, while pregnant, but going from that to basically pushing back Galactus seems a bit extreme. I really thought, like, when she first did it and was like, give me my child, and he just shrugged her off, I thought that was kind of be the extent. But no, she pushed him back. It felt weird. Also, Silver Surfer, I feel like it was shown that he had control over her power. So I guess you could say, and I think it is a fine rationale, that he was shocked and didn't see her coming, so that's how she was able to push him through. I also think she could have died. I mean, we just kind of see her go into him, and there's just, like, a cosmic thing. There's just energy going through his body as he got pushed back. So it could be that she died, and in order to do that, it costed her her life. And I'm glad that they didn't kill Galactus off, A, so they bring back in the future, and B, because they aren't that powerful. Come on, guys. But, yeah, Galactus otherwise, I think is a pretty perfect MCU villain. But I do think there are some inconsistencies. Now, I'm going to talk about the post-credit scene. The actual post-credit scene, mid-credit scene is one I want to talk about, but the post-credit scene is fun, just the cartoon being there, the Fantastic Four cartoon, that's fun. But the mid-credit scene gets me unbelievably hyped because, as you see it, Doctor Doom appears. Not Doctor Doom, though. You don't get to see his face. Or RDJ. He doesn't have any dialogue. He's just a guy there, and Franklin's touching his face. Which is also my problem. The mask is off. I know you got $100 million to get RDJ back. But come on, you're taking off the mask. I mean, depending on the comic, it's either Doctor Doom has like a scar across his face, or his face is just completely done for. I think in both iterations, he puts on the mask before it's ready, and it's still burning hot, and it scorches his face. Point is, the only time, in my opinion, they should show his face is if they're recreating the scene from Secret Wars comics on the 2015, 2016, I forget the time, where he takes off his mask when he's got Emperor Doom to sue. That is, in my opinion, the only time. And I know they can't do that because they spent $100 million to get RDJ back. But I really don't want them to show his face. Although I am kind of trusting that this won't be an alternate version of Iron Man. But also, it was cool to see all the Latveria and Doctor Doom teases. Anyways, yeah, the mid-credit scene is great. Although I will say, Thunderbolt, you deceiver. You tricked us. But I will say, I felt like this film should have led more to Doomsday, because I doubt Spider-Man Brand New Day will lead up to Doomsday. So this is basically the movie before Doomsday. So, yeah. Anyways, this movie was fantastic.